better after that as you continue into Corona. Finally, her hometown from the 16 northbound, just heading from Kenwood all the way to the 138. Hey, up on the side, help get you there faster. I need to once again. Escape the Catalina Island this winter for adventure, wellness, and everything in between. Relax on the beach, explore the hiking trails, or spend the day on the water. When you arrive midweek and book 2 nights, your third night is complimentary. Plan today at visitCatalinaIsland.com. This report is sponsored by GiveMeTheVin.com. The check is good, the experience and the reviews online are wonderful at GiveMeTheVin.com. They don't call it American Best Car Buyer for nothing. They'll let the car. This year is the year to learn a new language with Rosetta Stone. No matter what inspires you to learn a language, travel, work, family, or just for fun, the Rosetta Stone app makes it easy to get started and stay motivated to reach your goals. Right now, get a lifetime unlimited subscription with forever access to all 25 of Rosetta Stone's languages for 40% off. Visit RosettaStone.com today and save 40%. Rosetta Stone, how language is learned. Heart failure, Common syndrome, 40 stress, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? Heart failure and so seeing when already symptoms sound familiar. It's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. It may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Guidewire. Do you need blinds or shades? BlindsShade.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters with free shipping and prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindshade President's Day sale. Early sale February 23rd. BlindsShade.com. During uncertain times, it is extremely important to stick with normal routines. Predictability and structure help kids self-regulate. Share schedules with your kids to help you keep values, clear and boredom. Child Hopeful Moment is brought to you by childhope.org. Life is uncertainty. I definitely have knowledge still. Worries is updated. Child Hope can help. Access Child Hope. Or lifestyle at childhope.org. This is maybe a lifetime to build trust. Once one, it's a precious value. I'm Michael at Managing Partner with LB and Meyer. We're honored to have earned more trust since 1972, and there's nothing we value more than LB and Meyer, the name you trust. Alphabet Boys is a new podcast series that goes inside undercover investigations. In the first season, we're diving into an FBI investigation of the 2020 protest. It involves the cigar-smoking mystery man who drives a silver hearse. And the job starts to like a lot of good. But are federal agents catching bad guys or creating them? We are just waiting for me to set the gate, the time, and then security turns to the bad. Listen to Alphabet Boys on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you hear about that. There's more and more electric vehicle killers in California, and they don't carry gas tax with them. Do not go to fix the roads. They're supposed to, but you don't see roads getting fixed, do you? John ain't there. This is the worst condition I've seen the roads getting ever. Live 1 to 4 p.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. It's late, Mo Kelly. Let's talk about some of the headlines coming out of Orange County. Smuggling boats that washed ashore at Huntington Beach. Several people have been detained. Orange County is looking to fill hundreds of post office jobs. You know, as they say, there's always work down at the post office. And this in Laguna Beach. Remember how we were talking, I think it was the beginning of last week, how the state of California was taking steps to ban Mylar and other metal lined balloons, or it wouldn't take effect for many years, but the process has already been started. Some cities are getting a jump on that, and it's inclusive of balloons, which are rubber or plastic, and not even Mylar. Let's take the city of Laguna Beach, for example. The Laguna Beach City Council is in session right now and they're expected to vote tonight on a proposal to ban in public the popular mainstay of birthday and graduation parties, whether inflated with helium or not. Now, if you don't know, Laguna Beach has about 23,000 people across 60 miles southeast of Los Angeles, and this, according to advocates, is the beginning. They're trying to ban all the balloons. Ted Nelson, who's chief executive of the nonprofit environmental organization Surfrider Foundation, said that this is the beginning. We're chipping away at all these things, these signs, and trying to clean up the ocean one item at a time. This is a little bit different than the state referendum because this is more focused on the environment in the sense of animals which may eat the balloons or get caught up in them, and the state referendum has to do with the mylar balloons which may start forest fires or fires of any type. Now, environmental advocates are taking aim at these balloons, saying that they are a preventable cause of coastal pollution, and as I said, threaten animals and seabirds. Balloon debris, they argue, can entangle wildlife and can be ingested by animals that mistake it for food, and more than 3,000 pieces of balloon litter were picked up on ocean beaches by volunteers in Virginia over a 5-year period. And this is according to the NOAA Office of Response and Restoration. I don't know if this is going to be a trend as far as just banning all balloons. I know that California usually is the leader when it comes to issues like these, especially if they're environmentally focused. I don't know if there will be enough of an appetite or a desire to ban all balloons. We're not talking about just the nylon ones. And we're going to be just talking about rubber and plastic. All balloons at any birthday party. We're not talking about just on the beach or in certain areas, whether it has helium or not. And it's interesting to me that this is coming out of Orange County. It would seem like, or put it this way, going back to COVID, going back to the mask mandate, we're going to be Huntington Beach, Orange County more generally, that seemed like to be a place where they would be more resistant to a balloon ban. Now, again, this is going before the Laguna Beach City Council tonight. They may be voting on it at this very moment. The meeting started at 5 p.m. Who knows where they are in the meeting? But I'm surprised that this even get enough traction to be heard. So it doesn't mean that it's going to get passed by the City Council. It doesn't mean that I am just, well, shocked actually that it's even being considered. Nah, not really. It was trendy. It was trendy when we first talked about it. You know, when LA was like, we're banning mylar balloons and this, that, that, they're like, well, we don't want to be left out. Why would you want to be left out of the balloon ban? Especially because they got these kids are like, you know, turtles and dolphins. The pollution, they can light out fire. We just get that toxic spills more than my level. I would think, I like to get guilty. Well, I think it's this way. I think people try to do what they can with what they have right where they are. And most people know how to get in front of their local city council, or maybe I'm wrong. Well, at least some people do. But if you're trying to clean up spills, that's probably beyond most people's pay grade. I'm guessing. No, all I'm saying is, we first talked about the mylar balloons, the fires that they're called, but this way, they said, we don't want to be left out, but we don't have the same issue. Let's make it about future. See? It remains to be seen whether this is the actions, these are the actions of a few people or a lot of people. Whether this represents the sentiment of a large swath of the community or just a few people who are environmentalists who want to bring more attention to the issue. Sometimes we wrongly ascribe numbers when they don't exist. We don't exist. We can come out of this city council meeting and it could be roundly defeated, and we just go on with our lives. Or it could be indicative of something that people have an appetite for and something they want to see more of, and it expands beyond Laguna Beach. It's something that happens in Huntington Beach. It's something which happens in, I don't know, Santa Ana. It's because this is about balloons more generally, not just the ones which may impact sea life. They're talking about just balloons, period. They didn't say balloons near the beach. They're saying balloons across the board. Not just mylar, but balloons across the board. I don't know if there's an appetite for that, honestly. Freedom and all that kind of thing. Hey, look, it only takes the fear. It only takes the rules. I want to add something to that about Laguna Beach because it is a very high fire hazard area within the city limits. I mean, more than half of their city falls under that category. So if a mine or balloon is going to hit, a power line and spark a fire, that creates a huge hazard for one little town. And as far as like people being able to evacuate this place, just the way that the city is set up, there's only really just two ways in, either Coast Highway or Laguna Canyon. And Laguna Canyon, when you hear about fires in Laguna Beach, that's usually where they begin. So it makes so much sense. No, all of it, that makes perfect sense. She's making perfect sense, but this is going to be an emotional thing. People are going to think, I want balloons at my child's birthday party. I want to be able to have balloons when I want it. I don't want the government telling me how I'm going to have my child's birthday party and whether I can have stuffed animals and balloons. They're going to come first for my balloons, and then they're going to come for my stuffed animals, and then they're going to come for... There's going to be an emotional response, and I don't know if the emotional response is going to be in support. Because, and you can tell it's an emotional response because they're targeting the environment. They're going and they're bringing animals that they're taking right to the forefront. They're trying to target all of our, animal love. Like, look at the dolphins. They can't digest the balloons. Oh, that's true. I've been out on the water so many times where we're gassing balloons that are just floating on the surface of the water. And, at the end of the day, even if we're only out for a couple hours or something, we've got a whole bag full of balloons. They're all over the place. Yeah, I want to make a prediction here. I predict, and it's not necessarily just Laguna Beach, I'm going to say Orange County more generally. I'm going to generalize, so, look out now, you're not supposed to do that. But I generally believe that Orange County is not to begin. And we'll see if that's borne out. It's great with no belly. Say by AM 640, we're live everywhere. The iHeartRadio app is on Talk 2050 when we come back. And what not to do when on an unsafe ride or a safe ride when you engage in unsafe practices. Now, into the the trial has begun in LA for former LA deputy mayor type of bribery scheme run by former councilman Jose Rizar. Raymond Stan is facing more than 10 charges related to his alleged involvement in a scheme in which real estate developers were given special treatment in exchange for bribes. Racketeering, conspiracy, 7 counts of honest service wire fraud, 3 counts of bribery, 1 count making false statements, federal investigators. U.S. Attorney spokesman Kieran McAvoy says, among other allegations, Stan is accused of helping set up an arrangement in which the Chinese developer paid $600,000 to settle a sexual harassment claim against former councilman Jose Rizar in downtown LA. Like trolling. Hey, if I use. News brought to you by Deputy Power Services. Mayor Bass says he wants more police patrols and more license plate readers to help prevent anti-Semitic violence in LA. When anti-Semitism crawls out of the shadows, we must make no mistake. It will be stamped down. It will be stamped down aggressively. Bass, city officials and Jewish leaders hosted a town hall last night to talk about anti-Semitic violence. The town hall was in response to 2 Jewish men being shot as they left synagogues in LA. The alleged shooter was arrested in Riverside. The Poway City Council approved formally ending the nearly 3-year COVID-19 emergency. It will end on Tuesday, same as when the state of emergency ends in California. An 18-year-old in Philadelphia has been charged with first-degree murder for the deadly shooting of a Temple University police officer. Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kane says he feels relieved the shooter will face accountability. I'm confident that they will bring justice to Officer Fitzgerald, his lovely and this entire community. The shooting happened in Tampa Saturday night. Officials say Officer Christopher Fitzgerald has been investigating a recent string of robberies when he ran across 3 people in mass. 2 of them ran away. Investigators say the shooting happened during a struggle with the accused shooter. And IHOP is handing out free pancakes because today is National Pancake Today. It says it's only giving out a free short stack of buttermilk pancakes next Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Maybe check this time. Only some of the more than 1,700 restaurants are participating. The breakfast chain is based in Glendale. Who knew? Southland weather continues clearing overnight lows in the 20s to 40s, mostly sunny, windy tomorrow with highs in the 40s and 50s, winds gusting 45 to 65 miles per hour. So chance of rain starting tomorrow afternoon, not likely to evening, and rain is likely Thursday through Saturday, with snow possible above 15 to 2,000 feet. It's 52 in Orange, 53 in Dana Point, and Diamond Bar on the 57. It's on the north side, coming up on the 60, where a west has been cleared out of lanes, but watch out for some activity off to the shoulder and people traffic getting away from Connor Canyon Road. Another wreck in Montebello, 60 eastbound, coming up on Paramount. These cars are also off to the right shoulder. The lanes are pretty heavy away from the 710. And if you roll through Orange on the 5, northbound, coming up on the 5722, bunch of cars crowd into each other, but I used to tell Tanya, this crash is cleared, all lanes are open, traffic's picking up out of Santa Ana, away from 17th Street. Hey, FI in the sky, hope to get there faster. I'm Rachel Martinez. On the podcast, The Last Soviet, Gareth Bass, from in space, shares his own experiences of astronaut training and rocket. That's true, and tells the story of the final cosmonaut, a man trapped in space while his nation crumbled to the ground. His name is Sergei Krishna. He's a Soviet cosmonaut, and he's named the world's only spacesuit, the pride and joy of the USSR. Listen to The Last Soviet on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. I have a t-shirt and I'm going to try it. Visit UKFeed.org or call 833-423-1455. I can tell about that period and get the California Department of Public Health. If you've been thinking about calling Advanced Hair Restoration, do yourself a favor and simply schedule your free consultation today. Find out if your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning hair is in fact optional. Imagine the relief just knowing that a full head of hair is a real possibility. Advanced Hair's one-day treatment is virtually pain-free, and your new hair starts growing back the very next day. It worked for me, and dozens of our have thanked me personally for inspiring them to take control. Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care also makes this the perfect time to pursue your needs. Do yourself a favor and schedule your free consultation right now. If you choose to move forward, you're also going to receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's huge. Call 844-333-HAIR. Scheduling a consultation is literally the hardest part. Advanced Hair successfully restored my bald spot, and they even guarantee that your new hair will also grow. 844-333-HAIR or advancedhair.com. I'm attorney Darren Cavanilki, founder of 1-800-NO-CUT. Reminding you to exercise your life to just shut up. It doesn't make you look guilty, it makes you look smart. 1-800-NO-CUT. Because no one looks good in makeup unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUT. Contact your relationship with 391. Did you tell me how much the unshot maker is? $99. Hey, RBA. What's your name? Love it, color. Just voted the LA Times 2022 Best of the Shop winner. Boy, I really like that you're up front and everything. I mean, I just called a guy named Bubba who really told me the cost over the phone. No Bubba's here, ma'am. Just professional plumbers who show up on time, smell good, and unclogged drains for $99. Call us. 1-800-446-MINE. The crash is coming. You can feel it in your gut. According to Time Magazine, major investors who predicted the 2008 crash see another on the way. Bloomberg predicts that the U.S. housing market looks headed for its worst slowdown in years. To hedge against it, there's only one asset that's safe, liquid, and has outperformed stocks 3-1, rare coins. For insider access to coins with the greatest growth potential, there's only one place to go. Tangible Investments is America's top rare coin dealer, and its CEO, Phil DeGenova, is the undisputed expert on this private portable asset class. For over 35 years, Phil's coins have increased 10, 20, even 25 times. He's been featured on CNBC, the History Channel, and quoted in the Wall Street Journal. Get the only asset that safeguards your future while generating incredible gains. Call Tangible Investments for a free investor kit and copy of the award-winning documentary, Why Money Became Worthless. 800-711-2800. 800-711-2800. 800-711-2800. Adjusting payment channel. Signing up for eco-friendly rebates. All the creative Clean Energy California. And thanks to programs and incentives from SCE, we all have the power to ensure a clean energy future. Visit SCE.com/clean energy to learn more. Injured in an accident? Visit superwomansuperwoman.com. For official names and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules. Great. Follow us on all these things at KFIAM640. KFIAM640. It's ready with most channels. We're live everywhere. On the iHeartRadio app, some of the other stories which we are following. Six Flags to hire over 1,500 employees during the spring hiring event. That's the honor tell you which direction Six Flags is going. And LA City College students opened their own free clothing store. And there's the two stories I want to talk about in regard to Disneyland or Disney more generally. There is the more reported story about the woman who unfortunately committed suicide leading to a death from a parking garage. And it begs the question, and I think we should talk about it for a second. One, well actually there's two questions. One, might this be getting of something which may happen more frequently? And two, is there anything that Disneyland can do to either dissuade people or prevent something like this happening? Now, I'm not as familiar with the physical landscape of the garages as maybe, say, Amy King. So I'm going to talk in a more general manner, and I'm quite sure Amy can give more specificity. But as far as someone feeling low and going to a parking garage and taking his or her own life, I'm not sure what Disney can do to prevent that. It's only because there are a lot of sharp edges in the world. Let me put it that way. You can't nurse the world. And I know like something like the Empire State Building is put these bars that made it virtually impossible for you to climb up and then out and toss yourself to your death. But I don't know what Disney can do. If the parking structure today, it could be a ride tomorrow, conceivably. Conceivably. The parking structure is 6 stories. It's like the largest parking structure, maybe not in the world. It's massive. But it reminds me of the really beautiful bridge over Pasadena, or in Pasadena, along the freeway. It's so gorgeous, and now it's hideous because they had to put up those fences to keep people from jumping off. Yes, but when you're from Pasadena, you know that it's suicide here. That's growing up, that's what they call it. That's where they put the gates and the bars to make it impossible to climb over, and still someone who was a television writer who jumped off that bridge just a few years back, and they raised the height of the bar around it. Which makes me very sad, but I don't know that, because it's happened, 2 times in the last 6 months that we know of at the park district? Yeah. Yeah, but is Disney going to have to do something? I don't believe that's random in the sense of, I believe that seeing one person impacted the next person, or they put it on the person's mind as a consideration or option. I don't believe that it's randomly independent of each other, both decided to do the same thing in generally the same location. So a copycat. Yeah. Kind of thing. Well, it's like up in the Bay Area. People jump off the Golden State Bridge, they put that, they put bars up or whatever, and then they put that net below. Mm-hmm. So you can't fall into the ocean. Well, and there's something else, and I don't want to get macabre here. I didn't see someone jump to her death. I was there maybe 2 minutes after it happened. Not for before, but I was working at TRUMAN Radio, which is at the corner of Ventura Boulevard and Sepulveda. That corner from the Criminal Galleria. And it's a 15-story building, I was working for Jim Rome at the time. And there was a wife of a very prominent actor who unfortunately took her life in the middle of the day. It was on a Friday. It was sometime in November. For some reason I remember that. And we were all in the building at the time and then trying to go home. But someone ran in and said, someone just jumped. We're like, what do you mean someone just jumped? Someone just jumped from the top of the building. and landed unfortunately right in the middle of the street. So we're coming down and we couldn't even get to our cars or anything because they had cordoned off so many areas because it was I don't want to say a crime scene, but doing their due diligence and investigation. The saddest part, I mean it sincerely, was he survived the fall and then later died either on the way to the hospital or at the hospital. And the reason I'm relaying this story and relating it to Disney, there's certain things you can't unsee. And when I think about Disney and obviously children and, well, I believe that suicide is very selfish. Only because don't necessarily or haven't fully considered the consequences of who will find the body, who will see you commit the act, and the long-term consequences of it all. And all of the people that you leave behind, feeling guilty and wondering what did I do wrong that you did this to yourself. And I say that because sometimes we don't think things all the way through. I'm not going to gloss over this other story, but it's a companion story because when you talk about someone intentionally doing something which is going to lead to the desired result of death, you have to talk about this TikTok trend, and I know you did anything during the news break, talking about this dangerous TikTok trend, which is encouraging riders on the Disney ride Guardians of the Galaxy Mission break to loosen their seatbelts and not securely fasten them. So as the ride drops, they have more of a feeling of weightlessness or a longer feeling of floating and falling, which is obviously very dangerous. And, kids would be kids and often do things which are dumb, for lack of a better word. But it's real easy to end up dead. It is real easy. It only takes a momentary lapse of judgment. Or if I thought about all the things that I did, and I know Chloe, we talked about these things which are just really, really dumb, which just didn't turn out in the worst way possible. But when you're taking these TikTok trends and you're trying them and you're obviously conscious that you're courting danger, that you're intentionally putting yourself in a position where you may fly off the ride. I don't get on that ride because I don't feel the feeling of swing the seatbelt. The idea of loosening it up. I don't know. It gives me anxiety thinking about that ride. I would never get on that ride. Ever. This was fun. I'm done with roller coasters. I had told this to Angel Martinez years ago. She laughed me. And there was like a roller coaster accident like the next week. I don't participate. I don't play with that kind of stuff. I don't need to go on roller coasters anymore. I'm not jumping out of planes. I'm not doing stuff which is inherently dangerous or unsafe. But it's fun to do what you do it. Yeah, I mean, chances are it's not going to happen while I'm on there, so I'll do it. This is the Sunday Massive stuff. This is all. Ready? I know it's in Crochet song. I think it's funny to just thinking of doing math. I'm thinking you don't mess around with Jim. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Into the wind. And I can't remember all the words, but I was like, yeah, don't read the basics. Yeah. Something on the, so pull the mouse off the old Lone Ranger. Yeah. Don't put it on people that put. Yeah. This radio smoke like if I answer 40 live everywhere on the iPhone radio app. I guess the theme for tonight is 50 days. Now let's go to the KFI 24-hour newsroom and anything. A cold winter storm is expected to start rolling into the Southland with up to 6 inches of snow possible between the 1,000 and 2,500 foot level. Temperatures are expected to be about 25 degrees below normal in some areas, and at the beaches, 13 to 20 foot waves are expected down the coastline. The EPA ordered that Norfolk Southern Railroad to pay for all the cleanup times of the train derailment earlier this month that resulted in toxic chemicals being released from the wreckage in East Palestine, Ohio. EPA Administrator Michael Regan promised to hold the rail company accountable. A man from Silicon Valley who bought a vanity plate for his car back in the 1970s is selling it. The patent attorney's plate says so far there hasn't been much interest, but the guy says he's hoping someone really rich will come forward and want it. Clear and windy overnight, sunny tomorrow, highs in the 40s and 50s. Clouding up later in the day with a chance of rain tomorrow afternoon and evening. This report brought to you by Audible from the Southern California Toyota Dealer Traffic Center. Let's go first. This is Slow in Studio City on the 101. This is the southbound side. The one is heading away from Coldwater Canyon to the 170 134 split. And in Hollywood, you're on the bridge that head away from Sunset Boulevard into downtown Los Angeles. That's a road working Tampico. This is affecting the 47 westbound between Ferry and Harbor Boulevard. Halfway across the right lane off limits, and it looks like traffic's pretty jammed up through that area as well. We're also looking at Anaheim 91 eastbound, the right away from Kramer LaSalle all the way to Green River. Hey, up on the side, helps get you there faster. I'm in Martinez.
Find everything you love listening to on Audible. Through celebrity memoirs, mystery, true crime, sci-fi, and more. Audible is the home of storytelling, audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com. This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Do you need blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters with free shipping and prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's President's Day sale. Hurry, sale ends February 23rd. Blindster.com. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you have the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Let me calculate. Your case will be handled by your lawyer, a paralegal, and a case manager who's always in the office for you when your lawyer's in court. There's also a 24-hour hotline if you ever have a question or a problem. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. Lots of people hired us. More and more. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
177
Car prices at an all-time high. Our donors are now getting highest for 270. Donate at carsforkids.org and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Honey, is that car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
I think that you got an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover our repair bills if anything happens to our car, new brakes, a transmission, AC, or engine problem. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait a minute, we pay nothing on the repairs? Ox gets a 6-4? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? What's the number?
800-301-4089. Ox has a 30-day money-back guarantee and an A-plus rating with a better business bureau. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike other warranty companies. We should call now, 800-301-4089.
The last thing we need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now. Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-301-4089. Ask about senior and military discounts. Ox covers commercial car owners too. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care. 800-301-4089. What's up call with Jennifer Jones?
I get up at 2:45 so that you can sleep in 59 so that you're ready to go for wake-up call.
Live 5 to 6 a.m. on JFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
The base big glass, only refillable time. ROTHSCHILD. What more could you wish for in a hot dog?
It's later with most sellers. FIA 640 relies everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, and it's not really a commercial. Well, it's a commercial, but it's not a commercial trying to sell Oscar wieners. Or is it maybe a couple days ago, late last week, we were talking about how Pizza had offered to pay for the repairs for the Oscar Wienermobile, which is just done an accident or something. And Peter said, we'll pay for it, provided you don't sell any more meat wieners anymore. Yeah. Sell veggie wieners. And we went to town on that because it's dumb. And also, I don't like when Peter tries to trade on other people's names, doing stunts and all like that. It's maybe going to sincere or not, but the fact is that no one asked your help. Honestly, Oscar Mayer doesn't need your help. But you're trading on Oscar Mayer's name, and so it got you in the news, it got you on Later with Mo Kelly, AFI, M640. I understand the media strategy behind it. Well, it seems PETA heard what we had to say. We could speculate as to why, but they heard this, what we have to say. I got an email today from the senior liaison of media relations for Person Sophia. Thank you about it. But Sophia reached out to Radio with Mo Kelly and the staff, and I thought it would be fair to read her response to what she heard. She says, "Hi Mo Kelly, thanks for your response. I appreciate your time. I can't see that one. Let's pick it up. Yeah, okay. Hi Mo Kelly, thanks so much for sharing our letter to Oscar Mayer with your listeners. We're glad it sparked such a lively discussion with the team. We think you should change your mind about veggie dogs, though could we arrange to have some delicious not dogs with all the trimmings, yes, especially the relish, to the studio for you and your team to try. And if you'd like to continue the discussion, we'd be happy to touch on why, as an advocacy organization, our goal is to encourage everyone to make kinder choices. You might be surprised by how much common ground we have. We absolutely agree with you. For example, that most people do not want to know about all the nasty pig parts lurking in their meaty hot dogs. And that fish flesh really is meat. If we can arrange for delicious veggie dogs to be delivered to the studio, just say the word. And if there's ever any other way we can be of assistance, please don't hesitate to contact us. We'd love to hear from you anytime. And I get the spine, but I'm not going to read that. Oh, yeah. My point is this. I'm not anti-veggie. I'm not anti-vegan. If you've listened to me long enough, you know about my diet and the diet of other people in my family. So it's not even an opposition to a diet choice. But I am also a capitalist. And if Oscar Mayer or Burger King or Five Guys or Kentucky Fried Chicken want to sell meat, then damn it, that's okay with me. And people, society, consumers, customers will decide whether they want to eat that or not. I don't need a third party trying to shame me into what I'm going to eat or what I'm not going to eat. There are many days in which I don't eat any meat. It's not like meat is Monday. I don't eat any meat. I often talk about how I only eat maybe 5 hamburgers a year at most. If that. If that. And to all of you, when I come in, I'll probably come in with maybe some, like a salmon bowl or something. Salad, something. It's really a rabbit over there. What are you doing? And there's times in which I backslide, as they say. And I'll have me some meat. Bring up meat. But I'm not open to being lectured to about what is a kindest choice. If you personally feel the need to be an advocate for animals or, closing down butcher shops or whatever, knock yourself out. But I'm not going to be a pawn in the advocacy quote-unquote study of healing. And whereas I appreciate, everyone has something they believe in. Everybody does. Amy does. As Jamie does. I know Angel does. We all have something that we believe in. But part of what I believe in is leave you that alone. Don't try to tell me what to do, what to eat, and don't try to shame me because I happen to like it. The taste of a great hot dog when I go to the movie. And I'll get relish on it and mustard. And I won't have a second thought. Because if I don't have that hot dog, somebody else is still going to eat it. I'm going to eat it. It might as well be me. And here's the insincerity of it all. If PETA really wants to be about the business of ending the use of animals as food, you're not going to go to a consumer. You're not going to go to me. You're going to go to actually the meat processing plant. Actually have the conversation with them. And I would say vegan and vegetarian options are more plentiful and more proliferate than ever before. So if anything, if people would just shut the heck up and get out of the way, let nature take its course, because I think people are gravitating more and more to vegan and vegetarian items. But if you want to lecture us about what we should be eating, Or what you shouldn't be eating? I already got it, Mama. I don't eat it. And I'm not going to look. I always tell people, you're not my daddy who art in heaven, and you're not my father who art in heaven. So why is anyone listening to somebody over at Peter talking about, hey, why don't we bring you some veggies out so we can show you the error of your ways? So the error was, actually, how did you even get my email address? Who gave you my email address? That's what I want to know. I didn't give it out. This lady was most down. Then I usually go get you a hot dog. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Oh, yes, that's in the thing. What you need to know and when you need to know it. KOST,
Los Angeles,
live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
no school again. I mean, you can watch in the K5 24-hour newsroom classes were canceled for a second day at Manuel Dominguez High School in Compton because of a fire in the school's cafeteria. The fire started around 7 last night. Classes were canceled today while officials investigate the fire that burned for several hours. Compton School District says no one was hurt in the fire. Schools were closed yesterday because of President's Day. California Democratic Congresswoman Barbara Lee has announced she's running for Dianne Feinstein's Senate seat. Feinstein is retiring at the end of her current term. Lee posted a video on Twitter talking about the personal and professional battles in her life. And even though there are no African-American women in the United States Senate, we won't let that stop us either. Because when you stand on the side of justice, you don't quit if they don't get you a seat at the table. Lee filed federal paperwork last week to get into the race. Democratic Congressmembers Katie Porter and Adam Schiff are also running for Feinstein. Officials have released photos of a man wanted in connection with a triple homicide in Montclair. Steve Renteria is still on the run after he allegedly killed 3 relatives on January 30th. Pictures of the man had a small tattoo under his left eye, has brown eyes, and was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt and baseball hat. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department asked anyone with information about him to contact the department. Neighbors of the bishop killed in Hacienda Heights say the accused killer was a friendly man who kept to himself. Flower balloons and burning candles for the base of the driveway of the home where Bishop David O'Connell lived. Officer David says he's lived across the street for 22 years. He says he knows Carlos Medina, the handyman arrested yesterday for killing O'Connell.
He's been a gentleman this time. And it's good. He looks like your favorite grandpa.
So David says the housekeeper and her husband had been housework for the bishop for at least 5 years. He said he's shocked because Medina was a quiet man who kept to himself. In Hacienda Heights, Chris Aldrich, KFI News. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says the country's freight railroads major improved safety in the wake of a fiery derailment in Ohio. The derailment forced evacuations and toxic chemicals were released and burned. Buttigieg says the National Transportation Safety Board is an independent body independently investigating.
You don't have to wait for their final report to know that some things need to change. And so today, we're pushing forward a 3-part drive on rail safety.
Buttigieg says railroads and tank car owners should upgrade the tank cars carrying flammable liquids. Freight railroads should improve working conditions, and railroads should stop asking for waivers from inspection requirements every time they develop new technology. An ex-public security secretary from Mexico has been found guilty of taking bribes to protect drug cartels and is supposed to be fighting. The jury in New York deliberated under tight security for 3 days before reaching a verdict. Garcia Luna faces 20 years in prison. The sentencing is set for June. Luna is the highest-ranking official in Mexico to ever be tried in the U.S. His lawyers say the charges were based on lies from criminals who wanted to punish him. Hines is looking for a man who says he was lost at sea and survived on nothing but its push-up packet. The company says it wants to help the man buy a new boat. It's sending a message adrift into the internet feed. So if people know Elvis Francois, they can DM the company on social media. Hines also created the hashtag Find the Ketchup Boat Guy to spread the word. The man went adrift on the boat in December. Downtown weather from KFI becoming clear overnight, lows in the 30s and 40s, 20s in the Antelope Valley. Gusty winds pick up after midnight with wind advisories up until about 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Going to see mostly sunny and windy conditions tomorrow with gusts 45 to 65 miles per hour, highs in the low to mid 50s at the beaches, Metro LA, and Window Sea. 40s and 50s in the Valley tonight, and the 30s and 40s in the Antelope Valley. Got a slight chance of rain tomorrow afternoon and evening, and a really good chance of going rain Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and snow above the 1,600 to 2,000 foot level. It's 55 in Anaheim, 55 in Redondo Beach, 54 in West Covina, 50 in Rancho Cucamonga. Got a guy from Studio City on the 101. This is called the Southside Side. Before wine language, things long to the left lane, the clearness, the waves are backing up away from Coldwater Canyon. Look at Santa Fe Springs, 605 northbound right at the 5, about half up here, and traffic still looking kind of heavy away from the 105. And then the drive's also a little crowded on that 60 eastbound. We see breakers in the 710 freeway, taking you ahead to the 605. Anaheim Hills, 91 eastbound, still slow from the 55 freeway to Green River. Hey, FI in the sky, hope to get you there faster. I'm Lisa Martinez.
It's been a couple of years since I started sharing my advanced hair story with you, but some of you are still facing hair loss. Don't settle with balding if you desire a full head of hair. Advanced hair makes this research easy. It takes just one visit, your own natural hair starts to regrow the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the advanced hair guarantee. Wonder why tens of thousands of people, including me, have received the FDA treatment from Advanced Hair's top-rated physicians. It works for bald spots, receding hairline, thinning hair, men, women, younger, wiser. It says why we're some. A full head of hair doesn't only change the way you look, it makes you feel more confident, proud, and youthful. Regrowing your hair where you were once balding is absolutely life-changing. Schedule your free consultation. You're going to get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 844-333-HAIR, and don't forget to ask about the Advanced Hair Guarantee. That's 844-333-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
My doctor told me my blood pressure is borderline. I figured I could worry about it. I'd do something about it. So I took control with Garli's Healthy Blood Pressure Formula. It works safely and naturally to help maintain healthy blood pressure with a custom blend of garlic, vitamins, and minerals. And it's odor-free. I'm taking charge with Garli's Healthy Blood Pressure Formula.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed. I thought learning a language would be too much work, but Babbel makes learning fun. Jim does that.
Babbel's less than words. Stop phone hopping.
Babbel isn't talking. You learn words and phrases from real native speakers. I was ready for real-life conversations in just a few weeks. So easy. Go to Babbel.com. Try for free. That's BABBL.com. Babbel.com. Rosetta Stone, where language is learned. RosettaStone.com. More stimulating talk.
And I like the video station.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for movies. It's time for music. It's time for Rose Kelly. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Some of the top stories that we're following. The big cold storm, which is supposed to be one of the biggest in recent years, is still on its way. We're watching that from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. And we're still following Laguna Beach, which is set to vote on whether they're going to ban balloons all together. And LA City college students open their own free clothing store. And there's this. This later with Mo Kelly joining us in the studio is our regular movie commentator and contributor. Chris will be using this you last week, sir. Okay, we gotta throw on this mic, guys. We're having some technical difficulties here. There we go. Now I can be heard. Now, we missed you last week. We're glad you're back this week. What's going on with Redbox Show? I know you got some so old, funky, fresh, fabulous content to deal with it, for sure. So, yeah, we've got this cold snap coming. My wife is freaking out. It's in the 30s. She's going to be cutting firewood in the backyard. So, we thought that it would be, wait a minute, you know you can buy firewood already chopped up, right? Well, yeah, I mean, if one was so inclined, but, you know, my wife has acquired quite a collection of stumps in the backyard. I have a chainsaw, and so I can change it. Yeah, I should not be trusted. I'm going to say that right now. But so yeah, you mentioned the cold snap. We thought it would be fitting to have some stone cold action. All right. So these are action films that take place in the far north. So we've got Cold Blood with Reno. I don't know if it's John Reno from The Professional, and also Godzilla. Any number of movies. It's John Reno. The Professional is one of my all-time favorite films. And this is a great one. So this is another one where he plays an ex-assassin, and the woman basically plays the type. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, have you seen him do much other than that? He's always great at it. Yeah. And this one is fantastic. Sarah Lind, who is from Nick Cage's The Humanity Zero, which was on Nick Cage a couple of years ago. And she escapes from this cool guy who holds her captive, jumps a fence, and he winds up in Jean Reno's property. He doesn't want her there, but like the Professional, he's got no choice. He said, absolutely. It's a great one. We've got Blood and Money with Tom Berenger. Oh, can't go wrong with Tom either. No. Yeah. Sniper himself. That's it. From Platoon, so good. And Christian Hager from Chicago Med. Yeah. Sniper himself. That's it. From Platoon, so good. And Christian Hager from Chicago Med. This is one he plays this kind of old cranky fella out in the woods. He's trying to get his stuff for the season and accidentally stumbles onto a drug deal gone wrong. And when he runs off with a bag of money, trouble follows closer thereafter. So now, I've got to jump in because I not only talk to you, I listen to you. And I take the suggestions to heart. And I personally have found a lot of great stuff. Now, on one of my smart TVs, I don't even have Redbox and Crackle. I have the Chicken Street for the Soul app that can find just about everything. Is that the way to go about doing it? I mean, yeah, you can go it's either way you go through any of the apps. I have been told that actually the Redbox app is the best experience of the three, but that's just what I've been told by the tech gurus who are infinitely smarter than I am. I just love the options. I mean, you have all these shows, some of them have commercials, or the series if you want to pay for stuff you can, but there's so much that you don't have to pay for. It's just a really enjoyable movie watching experience, quality entertainment. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but not at all. And you bring up a good point because they're all different tiers. So, like, you can rent Blu-ray discs from one of our 34,000 Redbox kiosks, and that's like a 4K movie experience in your house. And like most computers can't even handle 4K, so you can't that no matter how good your bandwidth is. That's a great point because a lot of us are used to or would prefer air quotes to watch on our devices, and it's not the best watching experience. Exactly. And so, we really do say that, there is a real need for CDs and Blu-rays. Like, there are use cases where that is going to be your best experience, and for just a few bucks, you can get that at a Redbox kiosk, which is amazing, as opposed to, we talked about before, $150 taking the family out to the theater by the time you get your tickets and your popcorn and your sodas, as opposed to $3. You're talking my language, it's only because there's never a wrong time or a bad time to see an action movie. When I open any of my streaming apps, I'm always defaulting to action first and foremost. Maybe because I want that escapism, maybe because I just, like action movies. That's always my default. In terms of, from the other side of the wall, the action movies, do they bring in the biggest audience, or is it something, some other genre? No, action movies. Yeah, I mean, anytime we can get action movies on the network, or they're just like, yeah, bring all of them, and we will put them to good use. Now, I'm interrupting, but what else do we have as far as Redbox? Well, so we have Jean Reno, we have Tom Berenger. How about a little Steven Seagal? Boy, I could say some Steven Seagal. No, but go ahead. We got a good man, Steven Seagal. Okay, so what are your jokes we told? Steven Seagal always does movies Well, there's some other ones that are hard to hear. So you just confirm that for me. So there's a formula and it works. Okay. So he plays an ex-special who has to rescue a neighbor woman who is being held against her will by this crime lord, and she kills the wrong guy, and then suddenly there's an army of people coming after. The usual Steven Seagal there, but a good man. It's really great. If you're looking for this popcorn action film, that's the one. What's wrong with usual Steven Seagal there? I mean, that's what I'm looking for. Steven Seagal, I wanted to kick a lot of ass. I wanted to have a corny line or two, and there's probably a pretty woman involved in most of his movies. I mean, those are his movies. That's what he does. And then, everyone goes home and has a good time. But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what we're there for, right? It's real simple, and I love that. And actually, I think sometimes movies get a little too complicated for their own good. I agree wholeheartedly. And they say formulaic. Yes, I like formula, right? Food formula, drink formula, it's the thing. It's okay. Exactly. I need that. I need hard days. I need a makeout scene. I'm good to go. Then you sleep well. But I don't know what the topic is. I have no problem. When we come back, we're obviously going to talk about Crackle, but here's a little preview what you're going to get into. So on Crackle, we've got, for whatever reason, had a ton of crime busting series. Woo! Crackle right now. All kinds of cool ones. All right, so when we come back, we'll continue our conversation. I'm joined in the studio. I miss you, Brother Rasmus. I miss you. It's almost like I'm used to seeing you each week and not to be able to see you, so it just throws my week off. I love being missed. Well, you are missed. Chris Wilson, who's the Senior Director of Communications for Chicken Soup for Soul, Entertainment. We're talking movies, free movies, streaming movies, and more. So keep it right here. It's later with Motel at KFI AM 240, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app now. Let's go to the KFI 24-hour news on the NHA.
A man in Eureka has been arrested and charged with unlawful possession after nearly 2 dozen guns, silencers, and about 35,000 rounds of ammunition were seized from his home. The man isn't allowed to own weapons because of the so-called mental health-based prohibition. All paramedic units in LA County will soon have mechanical CPR devices in their rigs. It could be in place by the middle of the year thanks to a $1.5 million grant from the Department of Homeland Security. California Democratic Congresswoman Rabbi has announced she's running for the U.S. Senate. Congresspeople Katie Porter and Adam Schiff also announced plans to run for the Senate seat being vacated by Dianne Feinstein, who says she will not run for re-election in 2024. We'll check some problems on the 101 next.
Hey, I gotta tell you about Field of Greens. I started this new health journey, and I've added Field of Greens supplements to my daily diet, which admittedly, my diet is not that good. I mix the soup with water with any beverage that I like. And from that, I get my 6 servings of fruits and vegetables, because we all know nobody has time to eat all that. And be clear, it's a full supplement, not an extract. But here is where Field of Greens is different from other products. In Field of Greens, each specific fruit and vegetable is selected by medical professionals to best support specific functions, liver and heart health, kidney function, immune system, metabolism. And I feel great. Healthier, more energy, my skin is more vibrant, and I'm not as hungry throughout the day. But here's the best part for please pay attention. Protect your health promise. Take Field of Greens and at your next doctor visit, if your doctor doesn't tell you how great you're doing, how good your numbers are, well, you can return it for a full refund. That's some guarantee. And to help get you started, I got you 50% off your first, and you'll get another 10% off when you subscribe for future orders. Here's what you get. Visit fieldofgreens.com and use promo code KFI. That's fieldofgreens.com, promo code KFI.
Sunny skies early tomorrow, then a chance of rain by the afternoon, highs in the 40s and 50s. Rain likely Thursday through Saturday. Got a crash in downtown LA on the 101. Emergency cars are on the scene here as you make your way to the 101 north from the 110. To the 101 north from the 110, and watch for a lot of activity on that transition. The town is still moving away from Olympic. Also, if you roll through Encino, it's a crash on the 101 southbound before Balboa. The left lane is blocked with a motorcycle involved in this wreck, and delays out of Encino getting away from White Oak. Also in Tampico, you got all this road work happening along the 47 westbound from Ferry to Harbor. Southbound has that light lane blocked off. KFI in the sign helps get you there faster. I'm in Martinez.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change the future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org. It takes years, maybe a lifetime to build trust. Once won, it's a precious value. I'm Michael Akiva, managing partner with Jacoby and Myers. We're honored to have earned your trust since 1972, and there's nothing we value more. Jacoby and Myers, the name you trust. How much do you think your home is worth this year? Do you think it's going to be worth the same next year? If you're thinking about borrowing on your home equity, your odds of getting more out of your home is probably higher now than it will be